New Zealand, Aotearoa, land of the long white cloud. Small nation, loud and proud, from Cape Reinga to our bluff, Pahutakawa trees and our kiwis. Hobbiton to Wellington, beach, sun, winter fun, Kapahaka, Maori Waka. All Blacks winning, sailors grinning. Cricket flies, Olympic highs. Football cries. This is New Zealand to the world.
Hello folks, it's Park Hero here and welcome to a mini season review. The reason I say mini is kind of left a bit late and things have clicked over into the next season. So we're just going to touch on this inbox item here and just go over some of the stats that's available in this inbox item here as well. So if we have a look at the end of season rewards. Fans play of the season, Nick Sudgen, 48% of the vote. You can't go past that really. Just an unbelievable season. Adam Mitchell, 26% of the vote, comes second, and then third is Marcel Nodal. Nick Cameron was voted as having the best, the goal of the season versus Hibiscus Coast, way back in November. So let's just load this up and eventually load it up and have a look at this goal. So Barnes hoofed it forward, Cameron got on the end of it, so we're 4-2 up at the final score, I think, and he just slots it home. Okay. Nothing to write home about, in my opinion. I think we have seen some better goals, but it is what's happened today. Signing of the season, and I did say this at the beginning of the season, I think it would happen, and I stand corrected. I mean, it was so obvious. Adam Mitchell, signing of the season, what a talent, and on a freebie as well. And young player of the season, Nick Sudgen. It's hard to believe the kid's only 22 years old. We look at some of the stats here that are available. Top goal scorer, Nick Sudgen, on 28 goals. Highest average rating, again, Nick Sudgen, 7.66. Most assists was Marcel, 10. And best pass completion was Nick Cameron at 79%. Which is quite interesting, actually, because when you consider he's a forward, and it's obviously, a lot of those good supporting passes, especially to Kasaki, were able to get these goals in the back of the net. Most player of the match awards was Nick Sudgen on 8, and most disciplined in that was Mitchell, but you kind of get there. I mean, 3 yellow cards and a red's not too bad through the whole season, I guess. And if we look at the review, a few would have tipped North Shore to be able to mount a title challenge heading into the season, but Shore confounded expectations by finishing top of the pile as champions. Superb season, who, aside from a short spell around January when they dropped to third, crept into contention almost unnoticed and were promoted against the odds. That's right, we won the NRFL First Division, and unfortunately, as you've seen, knocked out of the 4th round of the Chatham Cup, and I'm disappointed in that. I thought we should have made at least the next round after that, but board expectations for this last season were the 4th round, so I guess we made those. Match of the season was a 5-0 thrashing of Alizé, where Nick Sudgen was a 10-star man, and moment to forget apparently was our 2-1 loss to Metro. See, I would have thought it would have been our Manukau City loss, and if I'm honest, we did miss a perfect opportunity against Manukau to go top and maybe cement it, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. Average attendance is 213, which is only 21% of capacity. So that's, it's extremely low. Total players used was surprisingly 22 players, which is 10th of the 12. I mean, that's a lot of players. And if you look down here in this little mini graph, you'll see our league positions just, we were hovering there or thereabouts the majority of the season. And it's just absolutely fantastic. I'm not going to touch on the finances and things like that because we have had the injections for some financial packages and sponsorships for next season, and the dynamics and things like that. So we will actually, we will touch on the dynamics. It's only just slightly changed and been affected by the Chatham Cup game. So we've still got a good match cohesion. And the only thing here with our dressing room atmosphere is still very good. It's obviously got a down arrow, and that's because our recent form was the loss in Chatham Cup, and we've got one unhappy player, which is Chris Gully here. If he kicks up a stink, he kicks up a stink. He's not vital. But I still got the very good managerial support hierarchy. Mitchell is a team leader. It's quite interesting over here. It says he's not well established within the squad. He lacks thorough understanding of the club and its culture. Okay, interesting. If we click on support, I've got 12 players support me, and I guess the great thing about this is the influential, highly influential, and my team leader all support me. So I've got the core of those, those players who mean a lot do support me. So that's good. It's just make sure I don't do something to change that. And I have seen in previous FMs, get other content from FM this season, how quickly those dynamics can change. Social groups, Mitchell's in there again, is in there now. I did say for a while he was hovering when we touched on little bits and pieces during the season. He was hovering around here, secondary and others, but I did expect him to go into the social group, the core social group, and that's happened. We look at our happiness, everybody's pretty happy. Even though it says one player's unhappy, he's not really reflected in that. So folks, I think we'll leave it there for a quick mini season review. You will next see us in the season preview as we kind of head into the next season, establish our friendlies and things like that. I am Pakirian. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe and comment down below. Before I go, I just want to say what a fantastic season it has been, and I couldn't have done it without your guys' support and feedback. I really appreciate that, and it's just fantastic. I'm glad that you guys are enjoying it as much as I am, and I am working on making changes moving forward, trying to get this audio sorted out. This is recorded by OBS, so hopefully there's not much of any background noise. Again, thanks to Bird, I have applied some of those changes. Yes, we're going to have a look around the main leagues in the world that I have still loaded, and to see who won what, and maybe some changes. So I've gone past the July cut-off, so we probably have to look back at the leagues. But anyway, let's just get into it, shall we, without further ado. Yep, okay, so Bayern Munich were crowned Bundesliga champions by a staggering points differential. Only lost 5, drew 3 matches. Borussia Dortmund miles behind them, 59 points. Relegated from the league was Schalke and Mainz. So it's interesting to say. We can see for last season the Real Madrid won it. They came first. Atletico Madrid came third by 1 point, and Barcelona 9 points back on in third, with Valencia rounding off, I guess, the Champions League spots. Relegated with Alba, Alves, and Levante. Interesting. Okay, so obviously it's only one season, and so we'll just have a look at those. Let's go to this Premier League now. So of course this finished already, so we'll go to the last season, and you'll see that City they won the Premiership by 5 points against Arsenal, who came second. Wow. Man United third, Chelsea fourth, and mighty Burnley fifth. Good to see Burnley there. Speaking of Burnley, go check out Bobby G's Burnley streams. They are live generally, and they're bloody awesome. We have a laugh, we have a yarn, all sorts. Anyway, relegated were West Brom, Huddersfield, and Leicester. Now, I don't believe... Yes, I have got the Championship, so I'm going to go through to England because I did load them all. Promoted were... Well, let's get to the right year first, folks. Middlesbrough were promoted as champions. Millwall and Aston Villa took the playoff spots. So Millwall came second, and Aston Villa won via the playoffs. Excuse me. Relegated. Nottingham Forest, Bolton, and Wednesday. If we look into League One, MK Dons were crowned champions. Blackburn took second spot and promoted, and Oxford promotion via the playoffs. Sorry, Bobby. Rochdale were relegated, mate. Walsall went down, Plymouth and Gillingham also. And we go to League 2, where I have a bit of an invested interest as well. We can see here Coventry went up as champions. Luton and Stevenage via the league position, and Lincoln City won the playoffs. My other team, Accrington Stanley, did okay, lower mid-table, and Crawley and Exeter find themselves dropping out of the league. And we go to the National Conference here. Ebe Street champions, they go up, and Macclesfield won the playoffs. Relegated with Bournemouth, Sohill, Guiseley and Chester. Let's have a look at Serie A. We'll just go down and have a look at the stages here. And last season, Juventus were crowned champions by quite a massive margin. Lazio came second, then Napoli, Inter, Roma and Milan. Relegated were Benevento, Cagliari and Verona. Okay, and if we go back now, we shall have our look at Ligue 1. Did you like that pronunciation? Ligue 1? League 1? Or League... I'm just messing it up. PSG, of course, champions. Only by a couple of points, though, over Monaco, Olympique Lyonnais and Toulouse round out the European spots. Metz, Lille and Amiens relegated. Let's have a look at the FA Cup. Let's look at the stages for last season. Oh, hang on, what am I doing here? Current season 2017-18. Let's go to the final. Man United lost to Liverpool. Oh, Jesus. No. Loki will be happy. My grandma will be happy. So, Liverpool beat United 1-0. What a shame. Let's have a look at the Scottish Cup. Look at the stages for last season. I'm probably doing all this wrong. I'll get there. So in the final, Celtic took out Hibs 3-0. Pretty much a no-brainer there. Celtic have dominated most of Scotland for a while. Actually, speaking of Scotland, let us have a look at their league, shall we? So for last season... stages last year. So Celtic were crowned champions again, no brainer, with Hibs and Aberdeen running up there. Ross County and Kilmarnock relegated. And we go to the championship. Okay, so we don't have the leagues loaded, but you can see here the Queen of the South were winners. Runners up with Dundee, and third place were Livingston. The League 1 was Alloa winning that with Airdrie and Wraith. And League 2 was Stenham-Musa, Stirling Albion and Peterhead. Let's have a look at the Europa Cup. Yep. So we can see here, looks like Shakhtar won it last season. Let's have a look. Yep, they did. They won it last season. Stages. And fourth qualifying round. Let's go to the right year, shall we? And the final, so Shakhtar beat Roma 3-1. Let's have a look and see who made the semis of this one too. And the semis, we had Napoli and Sporting Lisbon joining them. Interesting. Champions League. UEFA Champions League. Okay. So again, it looks like Bayern Munich won that. So let's just have a look at the stages for last season. We'll start the semi-finals. So we had Atletico Madrid facing off against Spurs and Man United losing out to Bayern. So it was a Bayern versus Spurs final. And obviously Bayern beat Spurs 2-1. Interesting there. Copa del Rey, which is Spain. Let's have a look at the stages here. Let's have a look at who. Okay, so the finals just been played. So Atletico Madrid looked like they did win some sort of work there last season, so they beat Espanyol 2-1. Not a bad go. There you have it, folks. The winner of the World Cup is Germany, beating Chile 3-0. Interesting. So let's have a look at this World Cup, shall we? Why not, sir? So Germany beat Chile 3-0. Colombia came third against Portugal, winning 2-1. Okay, let's have a look at the stages. Actually, do it this way. Semi-finals saw Germany and Colombia. So Germany thrashing Colombia, Chile thrashing Portugal. The quarterfinals, we saw Germany beating France, Chile beating Mexico, Portugal beating Poland, and Colombia against Argentina. And the second round, did England even make this? No, they're not in the World Cup, are they? Yes, they did. They got knocked out 2-1 by Mexico. So Germany beat Russia, Mexico beat England, Chile beat Uruguay, France beat Belgium in extra time, Portugal beat Italy, Colombia beat Ghana, Argentina beat Brazil in penalties, and Poland beat Iceland. Iceland qualified for the second round. Let's have a look here if we can at the group stages, all groups, and just see if there's any surprises. Don't think so. Not really. Not really. France, Chile, yeah, I think that's pretty fair. Italy, Colombia, Ghana, Portugal. Maybe the USA, I guess Ghana are making some improvements there. Spain becoming last, and Argentina, Poland. So folks, that's the World Cup. Germany won it.
Once again, thanks a lot. I am Takira, over and out.